Yeah. Oh, by the way, I don't have transitions, so if I go from like laundromat to World War II, don't try and figure it out. I'm just all over the place, okay? I have weird fantasies about like animals and what it'd be like to meet them. Like if they could talk and like did normal human things. But there's a couple of animals that I would never want to meet. And the first one is an indecisive octopus. Here's why, let me explain. Okay, so when you meet a person for the first time, it's like, hey, I'm Ian, shake the hand, their name is like Bob or whatever, and then you move on with conversation. Indecisive octopus, it's like, hey, I'm Ian, and they have 8 arms to choose from. How long is this gonna take? It could take all night. And then it doesn't stop there, it's like, oh, we're leaving, bye octopus, and again, which arm does he wave with? It just never ends. It would be horrible. Okay, second animal I don't want to meet. Oh good, you laugh at the awkwardness. Okay, the second animal I would never want to meet would be a penguin that was hot all the time. What are you gonna do? Like, move to a colder climate? No, they're fucked. They're just fucked. All conversations will lead back to that, and you won't be able to help them out. It's really bad. Okay, third animal I don't want really to meet. And this has more to do with the self-esteem of the other animal. Like, have you ever met someone who has low self-esteem, and you're like, oh hey, you know, that was awesome what you did the other night. And they're like, no, I suck. And right now I'm talking about myself in comedy. No, not really. So the animal I don't want to meet is a platypus. And do you know the story behind the platypus? It's this really bizarre animal, and when scientists first discovered it, they're like, you're not real, you're a hoax. Can you imagine what that did to the platypus? Like, he could have been on his way to a hot date. Like, I'm gonna go mate with another platypus and we're gonna have beautiful children, but this scientist thinks I'm too silly looking to be real. I mean, wouldn't that fuck you up? Like, oh hey, you know, preening hair, look good, meet a scientist, scientist is like, you're a hoax. You're too silly looking to be real. I hope that, you know, whatever high teenager made you starts to get a biology lesson so that we all know what real things look like. That wasn't as funny as I thought it would be. Anyway, I feel like what would end up is you'd have like these zoos full of like depressed platypuses, and just like no mocking signs all over the place. And like you can see like a bunch of Pitzer students like over there shouting encouragement, like, platypus, I think you look great today. Your fur is so shiny, and I love you. And that would just be weird for the platypus, because they don't understand human language. Okay, we're gonna move on to dancing. Okay, so a lot of people are really smart when they go to a dance party in college. They're like, oh, I'm going to take my card and my keys and that's it. And like, girls maybe like put it in their like bra strap or something and the keys just go in like a pocket, or they get a guy to carry it for them. I'm dumb. I take like my BlackBerry phone and my wallet and I stick them both in the same pocket. And then I'm dancing with a girl, and she feels the BlackBerry and the wallet, and it's like, high expectations. And then of course, like, you're never gonna hear the phone if it's on loud, so you put it on vibrate, and then someone calls you, and it's higher expectations. Like, you're never gonna meet those expectations. I don't care how big your penis is or whatever, it's never gonna vibrate the way a phone does. I'm sorry, I have to flip through these. Okay. Okay, here we go. Has anyone here ever had their innocence ruined by a search engine? Yeah, really? Okay, I had this friend, Christopher Probst, and he was really into animals, Like 7 years ago, he is now, but like 7 years ago, really into animals. He's my age, so do the math. I can't. I go to Pitzer. And so, oh yeah, that guy really liked that joke. Excellent. Thank you.
This guy's from Pomona.
Yeah, good. That joke's for everyone who doesn't go to Pitzer. So that guy. Anyway, so really into animals and like really into like kind of the weird, strange animals, like the ones you never see normally, but that planet Earth is filled with. So I don't know how old he was, but he searched animals plus bizarre on Google. His innocence was ruined that first image. Bad. Okay.
Go home and try it, kids.
Yeah, no, please don't do that. It's really bad. Okay. I get paranoid about weird things. Like, I love to hear from people, like, oh no, I didn't kill your sister. Because, I mean, normal people, like, someone says that to you, and you're like, oh, you killed my sister. Like, that's a clue. Because they're nervous because they killed your sister. But for me, it's just really comforting. Like, I found someone's keys and card at a party, and I returned it to them. And I wanted to say, like, I didn't make any copies. Because I would find that comforting. But they would be like, what are they going to do? And this has been a problem in college because I have like a secret paranoia of finding a dead or alive hooker in the shower. So every morning I wake up and I have to pee or something, and I'll walk by the shower, and then I'll think about it real hard, and then I'll take a step back and I'll open it and look. And so far it's been really comforting. I'm really scared one day it's not going to be. You know how dogs will crawl under a porch when they're about to die and like find some place like alone and dark so that they can just pass peacefully? I feel like showers are for hookers, what porches are for dogs. And that's nothing against hookers or prostitutes, if that's a better term. That's just how I feel. Working girl, thank you, Lucian. And it doesn't matter whether or not the hooker or working girl or prostitute is dead or alive in the shower. It's a bad situation either way. If they're dead, call the police, clean up. The place where you shower and like use soap is now the dirtiest place in your suite. That's bad. But if they're alive, it's actually kind of worse, and here's why. So you have to save her, right? I mean, I'm assuming you have a moral compass, and my moral compass says I have to sneak this hooker out and make sure no one ever finds out about it. So, I'm in my boxers and a shirt. She's in, I don't know, whatever hookers wear. I have to sneak her out of a college. So, I don't know, take the sheets off my bed and, throw it over her and, it's kind of like E.T. It's a lot like E.T. actually. Except it's a hooker. So I'm escaping with this hooker, and I have to return her to her pimp because that's the safest place for her. But I just woke up. I'm not thinking clearly. I just know, that's just the logical first place my mind would jump to. Bring her back to her pimp. And in this horrible nightmare of a morning, the pimp is always really smart and kind of like a philosophy major. So when I return her, he's like, oh, you brought her back. Great. Wonderful. How do you feel about yourself? And I'm taken aback. I would have expected thanks and bye. But I'm like, oh, I feel pretty good about myself. I saved her, no one knows. And I might have to wash my sheets, but other than that, yeah, I feel pretty good about myself. And he's like, that'll be $80. And I'm like, why? He's like, you spend time with her? Yes. You feel good? Yes. Well, welcome to what hookers do. It's a philosophy joke. You have to give it time. Think about it. That's it for that part.